What's going on, everybody? Fire Chicken here, back at the scrapyard, up in my dungeon. It's pretty good timing on this, actually. Been paying attention to the subscriber count go up, and hey, we're almost at 500. So, on my time right now, it's only like 8 o'clock. If this was gonna happen at like 2 o'clock in the morning, nah, I'm okay. But here I am. Here we are. Here you are. So what is this? What are we gonna do here? To be honest, I don't know. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. We're gonna reminisce. We're gonna talk about the past, present, and future of the scrapyard. We're gonna have a drink. We're gonna kick it with me, but it's not a kicking with chicken. Yes, it's happening. 500,000. Shit, 500,000 subscribers. Who would have thought? I never did. Man, I never thought. I never thought when we first started this whole thing that. I guess I just didn't know what to expect, because that wasn't really like the goal or anything like that. The goal was just to make good content and have fun. I have very few questions, so I would like to rely on you, my audience. I'd like to rely on you guys to help me out with some questions. And I don't know how long it's going to take to get to 500, because honestly, like, I don't have like videos just popping off like really bad or really good right now. So I'm not gonna have a ton of channel growth right now. And believe it or not, these lives actually decrease subscriber count. So, but that's not going to stop us from at least trying to sit here and endure my voice and watching me. So how about I try to, I don't know if that'll help, but I'm going to ask you guys a question to get this whole thing started. You're driving, Ohms? Ohms, welcome to the chat. I want to know how you guys found us. You the viewers, the fans, the people watching right now. I want to know how it was that you found the scrapyard. What's up, Fire Chicken? Lights out! You're gonna be part of our 500,000 subscriber milestone. Nah. It wasn't about the subscribers ever. It wasn't about like that. So, like I mean, YouTube goes through ups and downs. It's actually kind of a mental roller coaster. Because you get all excited when you see things going good, but then when they don't go as good, it doesn't feel very good. Put it on my feed. If you guys could share this, I know there's people out there that I'm actually gonna do it too. I'll share it in like a couple different places, but there's people out there that, believe it or not, are not subscribed yet. It's free, people. It's free. It's the gift that keeps on giving. How do you get a fight on our show? Everything's going good, lights out. How do you get a fight? You basically just go to our Facebook group and you follow the instructions. It's really easy. Okay, I'm going to post. So on Instagram, I have this, it's like a chat room. And also, just to put it out there, like our Instagram has really been doing good lately too. We hit 510,000 today on Instagram. And so I wasn't sure which one was going to hit 500 first, our YouTube channel or our Instagram. So I'm going to post in here. So yeah, how did you find out about us? What I want to hear it from you guys, from everybody watching. Like, how did you find out about Street Beef Scrapyard? Sorry, I'm multitasking right now. I'm not listening, but I'm paying attention to you. This might be a long night. Just saying. I'm going to do the thing that everybody in my group hates when I tag everybody. From the OG Street Beefs. Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. My birthday's on Friday. No shit. Wow. That's really cool. Social media. Believe Facebook. Okay. Oh, you found us on Reddit, huh? Man, Reddit is the... I'm telling you, they're the toughest audience out there. Like, you post a video that's not... like, something that people can pick apart, and it's a nightmare. People are relentless. They're just really bad on Reddit. So I don't post on there very often. So I'm going to actually post this in the OG Street Beefs group right now. Oh, I'm just a mod. They won't let me do that. Okay. I'm going to post it in the Dirty South group too. I'm not in the West Coast group, so I can't post it in there. Alright. There we go. Post it in a few different places. Terpy MMA, High Fire Chicken, what's up? Zachary Globe, Razor here. Razor ready to make his debut this Saturday. Y'all popped up in my feed and immediately liked what I saw. Raw Combat. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Doing shorts. Gets more. Yeah, I know all about the shorts. It's a necessary evil, I guess I could say. Scrapyard fights, I'll post it in there too. You actually have to be subscribed to comment on here too. I'll be working with NFL Films tomorrow at the Cowboys game. My shirt will have Satman on the front. If you have merchandise, let me know. I'll wear your stuff when I put... Oh, I mean, we do, but, like, I don't really handle the merchandise. So, if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a Teespring where you can order, like, some beanies, some shirts. But my Teespring, it's easy for me because I just have to take the logo and put it on there, and like Teespring does the rest. So there's people out there everywhere that have our merchandise that I don't even know who they are. You never had to personally deal with them or anything. The sub on. Oh, that's cool, Zach. Okay, so I found out how some of you guys have found out about us. I mean, I'll tell you how I found out about us. Yeah, whatever. So basically, I think it was probably like 2014, and I stumbled across these backyard fights on YouTube. And at the time, I was this MMA fighter. I thought I was, it's just on our YouTube channel. It'll say like merchandise or merch or something. And anyway, I started watching these backyard fights, and I was like this, had an ego because I was an amateur MMA fighter, thought I was really good. And I started commenting on the videos, and I found out they had a YouTube or a Facebook group. Junior says hi, or Junior said hi. Uncle Fire Chicken. Oh, excited for all the fighters. Street Beefs branch. Following you guys since the beginning. Congratulations. See you to 1,000,000. Appreciate the support. So I was watching these fights on Street Beef's YouTube channel, and joined the Facebook group. I go in there. She was like, "Yeah, I'm an MMA fighter. I'm good. I know what I'm doing." And I was just, I noticed how everybody's so positive in there. Positive encouragement. People aren't putting each other down. Everyone just wants each other to get better. And so I started to kind of see that, and it changed my whole perspective on what I think of, the backyard fights and stuff. And so I was like, man, this is a cool organization. I wish this was around, back when I was doing MMA, like, 5-6 years before that. And so I messaged Scarface, the guy that created Street Beefs over in Virginia, and I said, hey, I'm going to go over there someday. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. And I just say it like that because I'm sure he got like tons of messages from people that's just like, that would say the same thing. Just subbed on 5 accounts. Anyway, in 2018, my work was like, hey, we're going to send you over to Virginia for work. I was like, no, I don't want to go to Virginia for work. And they're like, yeah, we're going to send you to Virginia for work. And so I didn't lose that battle. And I took it as an opportunity, and I went to Virginia. And as soon as I got over there, I got a hold of Scarface and said, hey, man, I'm in Virginia. I want to come out and fight at Street Beefs. And he was like, oh, man, what are you doing, like, Friday? And I go, well, I don't know, I'm after work, whatever. He says, well, how about you come out to Satan's backyard, to the OG Street Beefs yard, and let's do some training. I was like, man, are you serious? So I hop in my rental car, drive 4 hours through Virginia, stopping in places that probably shouldn't stop, and I got over there. I get out, I walk to the house, and I think I know the feeling that everybody knows when they come to the scrapyard for the first time. If you watch this on YouTube, you see it from the perspective of the ring and what's around you. But when you walk in from the outside, it's a different feeling. It's like things just, it's like similar, but it's not the same. It's weird to describe it that way, but it's not how you see it online, on the videos. It's just, I can't say it any more than it's different. And so I meet Scarface and 2 of the fighters that I'd seen fighting, in Street Beefs for a while, and we get the gloves on and we do some really soft rounds. I don't think, like, at the time, or I don't think Scarface knew how hard we would spar, which is fine, because anytime you're sparring with somebody new, you never go full on, like, try to wreck the person when you just met him. And so, thank you, Turpy. That's awesome. So we did some rounds, and Scarface actually did an interview with me that day. And he says, hey, why don't you come back next weekend? We got fights. I'm like, yes, I'm there. So, jump in the rental car. By this time, it's pouring down rain. We're doing our interview. It's pouring down rain. It's nighttime. 4 hours. Back. But I was in Virginia by myself. Like, I wasn't with the family. Nothing like that. So, I didn't have anything to really do anyway. I mean, I would have just been sitting at my hotel watching Netflix. Maybe walking around the mall. They're really, working out. And so, did my work week. Next weekend rolls around, and jump in the rental car. I drive. This time it's by myself still. This is a lot earlier though. Jump in the rental car. I'm going. 4-hour drive. 4-hour drive there. I get there, and there's a whole bunch of people now. There's people wearing Street Beef shirts, and I start to notice, like, some of the famous faces that I've been watching, for years on Street Beefs. That is surreal too. Seeing people for the first time, like you see them in videos and stuff, but you don't like really know. You don't know how big they are. You don't know what they're really like. Um, yeah, you can stream this, Turpy. I guess. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything. And I see all these famous faces. I see, and some of them you might not know because they were big deals back like in the day of Street Beefs, but then like eventually they kind of got they moved on out of Street Beefs. But like Vandal, him and his brother, Vandal was like a big name in Street Beefs. I think his name was Animal. Um, Italian Tyson, I met him. The Rock most definitely watches. Zachary Glow 999. Thank you to all you giving me one training. Hopefully we can continue it. Yes, we can. You live close enough that we can train on a regular basis. What's up? I like this channel. The fights are fun to watch. Just regular people having fun. Exactly. Matt, man, you get it. You get it. It is. That's exactly what it is. So many people don't understand what it is out here. It's a community of people trying to get stronger with the boys, as Pappas would say. I mean, we're all just trying to improve our craft, and we're all looking for something different. Maybe it's some people are looking for that experience. Some people want to test themselves. Everyone's got their own reasons why they do it, and I try to give everybody what they desire, what helps them. I'm always looking for different opportunities for people to be able to get more exposure and all that too. And you guys are seeing some pretty cool personalities come out of this place. I mean, I know you are. So, I gotta know, like, oh, okay. So anyway, I go back to Virginia. So I'm back to my story, I should say. So I'm in Virginia. All these people, Italian Tyson, everybody's around. I walk up, and they're taking people's weights. They're having to sign some things, and they're separating us based on what kind of fight we want to do. And at the time, I was heavy into boxing, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to do boxing." So he says, "Okay, what's your fight name?" I go, "Fire Chicken." She's like, "All right." So he takes me, he looks down the roster, and he's like, "Okay, I got this guy right here. He's the same weight as you. He'll box. His name's Deadpool." Like, okay, sure. I don't remember if I pulled my phone out and looked him up, but he does have a viral head kick knockout. Now we were just boxing at the time, so I stand around. I had my Hulk shirt on, my green Hulk shirt. We're standing around. I'm just like watching, seeing these fighters get in there that I've seen. Prodigal Son, Emilio, just different people that I'd seen on YouTube, and anyway, it gets time for me to go, and I go and I get my hands wrapped up and everything and get in there. And Scarface, ESPN was also there that day doing like a documentary, or it was a article. It was an article, yeah. Pappas. Oh, somebody asked about Pappas. He trains. I don't know what he trains in. So I get in there. Scarface is talking about the cameras and all that stuff and saying, "Hey, welcome to Street Beefs," all that. We didn't do video. We didn't do like interviews at the time. Like the camera didn't walk up to you and ask you anything. You just basically, it was the announcement, the referee, and then the fight. And so he says, "Go." And I mean, I just remember I was kind of like a little bit of adrenaline. I stayed kind of calm, but I threw like I was trying to knock somebody out, I guess. And I eventually caught dude on the chin and knocked him down. And so I won my fight. He gave up, kind of twisted his neck. That was a really cool experience. I won my first Street Beast fight. And then I find out the next month it was going to be like December. I want to say it was like December 2nd. I want to say it was like December. Hold on a second. I gotta make a correction to something here. I want to say it was like December 2nd, and that was my second Street Beast fight. And I fought a dude, also 1-0. He, hold on, guys. I'm not chat. Let's go. Okay, there we go. He had one fight. He won his fight. And so it was me versus him. And I ended up beating him in the third round with a nice cross. He gave up. So that was kind of the end of my trip. I had to go home a couple weeks later. Didn't get a chance to fight a third time. But the whole experience got me. It got me so excited and just like thinking about boxing and combat sports and all that stuff again. And so I, you know what? I started talking to people over here, and have I ever got someone in a guillotine submission? Yes, I have. We started putting something together here. First off, we started out with a Facebook group just to gather people. It was more like just, hey, let's get like some like-minded people and build a community of fighters in Washington State. Maybe we can train together. And then we started looking into laws and everything, and it really started to become like a thing that we could do fights here, like Virginia. Let me ask you guys, who's your favorite Street Beast scrapyard fighter, or even Street Beast fighter? So we started to put it together here. Scarface blessed us and said we may be Street Beast scrapyard. We already had a ring, we're all ready to go. At the time, Street Beast West Coast, they were starting to go too. So we were kind of like at the same time, taking off. And we had our first fights July 25th, 2020. Coincidentally, Jay Godham's birthday. Rest in peace, Jay Godham. So, first fight's definitely a learning experience. Learned a lot as far as like how to manage and organize and set up and do all that. And Fair Play is OG. Yep, is OG backyard originally. Yeah, Fair Play came from the OG yard originally. Viking, I see Donovan says Viking, Mason, Fair Play. Viking and Fair Play, especially after meeting them. They actually, okay, I'll get back to my story. We had fights up until November. Then this guy, this big guy, signs up to fight. He, not your typical fighter. You could see that he, I didn't really know much about dude. I met him once actually and told him about the fights. And it's kind of funny you guys are mentioning him, Mason. And he shows up and I match him up against this guy, Wolf, who had MMA experience or whatever. And so I put these two guys together, Wolf versus Solo. And I'll be honest, I wasn't too happy with it because Solo's doing all this theatrical stuff and not making it a real fight. And his opponent got pissed and he fell over and he fell on his opponent and broke our ring, which was cemented into the ground. That was a lot of weight you had to break that. The guy quit, and he was just pissed, and he never came back. And so, solo, I can't really be pissed at him for breaking the ring, because that's not intentional. We had a guy that was 67 compete. We don't let people over 60 compete anymore. So he broke our ring. I was irritated, but I wasn't like pissed at him about it. And then the other dude, Wolf, never came back. And then I was like, you know what? We need to step it up. We need to build a real ring. We need to build a cage to keep these animals at bay. Something that they can't break, And our sponsors at the time, Beamer and Peixoto, they kind of stepped up. And one of them did all the groundwork, the leveling, and the other one got all the materials. And we had people volunteering, painting the turcos, Gash. That's where we met Anomaly. They're all out here painting and writing stuff. Like, it was a good experience. Buddy V. We built the cage. I spent a bunch of money on the turf. We got it all set up for our January event. The January event, we actually had a professional camera guy out there shooting multiple angles. And for January and February, he did that and made some really nice looking footage. Zeus, what's up? And so we had this ring. Everything was going great. New personalities coming out. We got a shipping container. We had Buddy V tag the shipping container. We just gained all this personality. This is like, I really think the Scrapyard's got, a lot of personality. Whether it's the fighters or the look, the environment, and all that. But we've just been going since then, right? And that was 2021 when we started with the new cage. 2022, 2023 is almost over with. I love MMA and boxing. I really like street beefs, so that's entertaining. Nice. 2021, we planned an invasion trip. We started this whole Street Beefs invasion thing, where basically you just get a group of people and you all mob on over to another branch, and you make it like a super event. It's good for the fighters. It gives them new fighters to fight. It's good for the branch that gets all these cool videos and everything. And anyway, so we all go over there. I decided to take 2 matchups. One was kind of more of a sparring match, and the other one was a real fight, but just more of a technical fight. So I fought A-Train, Pro Fighter, and Scarface. And we had Viking Warrior fight Fair Play. Doughboy fought Beach. Buddy V still had a broken hand, so he didn't get a fight. Illuminate the State fought a guy named, I want to say it was something Wolf. Who else fought that day? Stripling Warrior came with us. I feel so bad. Anomaly came with us. But yeah, it was a cool thing, and then came back here, right back to the Scrapyard, and just kept on going. We all went down to the West Coast event back last March. A whole bunch of our fighters went down there and fought. Q-Tip, Viking Warrior, Jay Gotham, rest in peace. Some other people too. I can't remember. Crazy Legs. Sorry, it's hard to remember a lot of stuff when I have to remember a lot of stuff. So that was a cool event, different environment. Next question. Um, what's your favorite Street Beefs fight? Like, if you can think of a fight and say that's the fight I remember. That's the one that really sticks out in my head. Like, what is it? The one that kind of, it could be something that caught you, like, that drew you in to Street Beefs. You like seen that one online. You're like, oh, what's this? And then, boom, now you're hooked. I mean, for me, I remember like back in the day, it was like, I think it was like Italian Tyson, Grandmaster Swan. What's up? Hey, what state do you live in now, man? Gash versus Gumby. There it is. One of the original. Let me see here. I'm gonna share this a couple more places, guys. Yeah, I would say some. I actually made a video a while back that was my top. I think it was top 5 or top 10 favorite fights of Street Beefs. Oh, Striker versus Caveman. You're in Ohio. Gash is awesome. I have no idea why that Striker versus Caveman video. I mean, just the YouTube algorithm. YOLO solo, yo. I'm 7 foot 6 inches and 320. Can't seem to find someone to fight me. Come to the scrapyard. Zeus will fight you. I bet he would. Grandmaster, why don't you fly over to Virginia on December 2nd and go to the OG yard with me? Big event. Monumental. I really am trying to get a fighter from the scrapyard to go. But nobody. Jay Gotham versus Milkman. There you go. I would say mine would be probably Jay Gotham versus Preacher's Son. Red Hulk. There we go. Preacher's Son, Jay Gotham. Yep. Beach is good. Yep, Beach fought here too. He's a good dude. I hope to see him when I'm over in Virginia. Let me see here. I'm gonna trying to get everybody in here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I'm getting distracted, guys. Okay, here we go. There we go. Well, Pajman, we aren't to 500,000 yet. We're trying to get there. 23 more subscribers. Not a lot, but 22. Hey, there we go. I actually did this for my 400,000 subscriber mark too. I think it's fun. I actually had to teach myself how to do this whole thing. I'm using OBS, and I had to like watch some YouTube videos on how to put the number count, right down here. It's like I'm in a mirror. I can't do it. So anyway, it's right there. Yeah, there we go. Love your page. Glad you're hitting 500,000. I'd like to fight with you next year. Fight for us. In your opinion, Fire Chicken, what was the best Street Beefs fight ever in Washington? The best fight ever. Oh, geez. So, like I was saying a little while ago, I actually did make a video that was the top Fire Chicken's top 10 favorites. And I would have to actually go through it, but I think E-Money versus High Speed, Preacher Son versus Jay Gotham. Do you want me to? Do you want me to look? I'll look. Let's see here. Go. I think it was like top. Let me see here. Because now I'm like really interested. I want to know what my top. Fire Chicken's top 10. Here we go. Try to kill the volume so you guys don't have to listen to it. Okay. If you're interested in it, I'm going to provide a link for you right now. Let's see here. Oh, geez. I'm getting distracted and I'm losing count. Got people pouring in now, which is great. I mean, I'm not complaining. I just don't want to miss it. Okay, my top videos. So, oh. Okay, we're going to do my top 9. How about that? Traveling Coach versus Blacksmith. That's my number 9. Fair Play versus Viking Warrior in our yard. That's my number 8. Crazy Legs versus the Horseman. It's number 7. The African versus King 4 Dub, 6. Viking or Jay Gotham versus Preacher Son, 5. Number 4 is Xiaolong versus Peanut. Crazy Chris versus VIP is number 3. Solo, one of his fights is number 2. And number 1, E-Money versus High Speed. There you go. And I put all, like, if you just go to the link that I just sent you, all the video, or all of the fights are on there. Steady Eddie and the Jeans, yes. Fire Chicken versus Steady Eddie. That, man, I'll tell you what, that day it was like 35 degrees out. And I had shorts on under there, but I'm like, I ain't taking my jeans off. It's cold out. Mayhem versus Blackie Chan. Do you think Israel will come back and face Alex? Jesse, you guys can hate me for this, but I don't watch. I only know like 10% of the roster. It's sad. It really is. I'm sorry, but I don't know. It's not that I'm not interested in like UFC and stuff now. I just don't. I can't make the excuse that I don't have time, because I could make time for something like that. I just don't make time for something like that. I used to know who all the fighters were and everything. And it got to the point where I just kind of got out of touch. And I just don't know who... I don't know who anybody is anymore. I'm a casual. I've reverted to casual. Unfortunately, yeah. I don't know what that says. Oh, Jeremy, he's talking in German again. I can't understand you when you talk in German. Jeremy's our timekeeper. He's been with us since before we even had fights. Mr. 9 Ether Being is going to come out Friday and help me set up for the fight Saturday. Yes. December 16th, that's our next fights. I'm going to ask you this. Got a question for you. Who is your least favorite fighter? Who do you not like as a fighter? I'm just curious. I'm wondering. Anomaly, what's up? Fair Play is pro. Hungry and hungover. He's pro in boxing and MMA, I believe. It's okay if you don't want to talk about who you don't like. That's cool too. Your mom hates Lights Out. Well, Lights Out's a good dude. He's very vocal and he has a voice that carries in videos. And I understand people don't like that, but he's out there every event. He helps out. He corners. He does any type of match. He gets better. He's won belts. He's willing to challenge himself. He doesn't care if he loses. He's grown as a person. And he's got all my respect. He's on the Wall of Fame. He's got the most fights in the scrapyard ever. So there's a lot of good points to Lights Out. Lots. My least favorite is that Anomaly guy. No, I'm just kidding. No, Anomaly. He's a good dude. One of our referees. I get a little peeved watching Pappas. I know I'm the minority on that option. I mean, I understand how people perceive Pappas. They look at him and they're like, he's doing all this weird stuff and he's, you know, leaving himself open. But come on, guys. Like, really. Solo did the same thing. Still does the same thing. And Solo's growing on people. So you gotta let Pappas grow on you. Ooh, that's a good question. Marshall, what's my favorite Christmas movie? Home Alone. Home Alone. If anybody knows Macaulay Culkin, get him out here. But yeah, Home Alone 1 and 2, my two favorite Christmas movies. I like The Christmas Story. I like Elf. I kind of feel like Christmas stories, in my opinion, Christmas movies, they're like the best movies. But anyway, Pappas, let him grow on you. He's a good dude. He just wants to get stronger with the boys. He wants to make friends. And we offer that environment for people out here. Try to accept everybody and just, you know, be good to people and let them be themselves out here. So Pappas loves it out here, and I love that Pappas loves it out here. No, we don't have a lot of people signed up for combat jiu-jitsu. It's just something that I have to bring up and be like, hey, so like for instance, this coming event, I have medals, like these. So these are like medals that I won for doing MMA and stuff back in the day, and one of my staff members, one of the fighters, said, hey, you know, if we could win a medal, people would think that's really cool. And I was like, yeah, I agree. So my sponsor went out and we put together Beyond the Strange. I mean, I'll answer that, but I don't feel like hating on anybody, and so I'm not going to turn it into that. But I'm just going to say this, like, going pro, anybody can go pro. I mean, honestly, like, Ohms could go pro, Bushido could go pro, anybody can go pro. It's just to be successful at being a pro fighter, that is where that's where you're really a pro. You can go 0-30 as a pro fighter. And you can tell people I was a pro fighter. And then they're going to ask you, well, what was your record? And you're going to say, I went like, 0-3, 0-30, whatever. So, I guess if you want that personal goal to accomplish, to tell people you're a pro fighter. If you feel like that matters, then, you know, I'm not going to put down somebody's goal. As far as skill-wise goes, I know that the skill level to be a successful pro is fairly high. And I feel like if you're going to be a successful pro, you really have to have a very successful... Hey, there it is, 500,000. All right, peace out, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Woo! 500,000! Half a million! I feel like if you're going to be a successful pro, you need to have a damn near flawless Street Beefs record. Not saying that you can't lose in Street Beefs, but you got to be pretty much dominate people. Cody Beck. Let's look at him, for instance. Nasty Native. Pro fighter now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Cody, pro fighter. He pretty much went through everybody in the Street Beefs. Baby Hulk. Successful pro fighter. Pretty much went through everybody in Street Beefs. Reckless Rico. You know, his brother, like, successful pro fighters. Or successful, like... They went through everybody in Street Beefs. So if you're having trouble beating people in Street Beefs, then you're not ready to go pro yet. Not saying you can't ever become pro, but if you want to be a successful pro, you need to get into one of these big gyms in like a big city where they have killers in there that they're going to beat your ass every day. You want to come out of that place feeling like you're garbage, and these guys are just beating up on you, these UFC fighters and stuff. That's how you get better. That's how you move up a level. If you're training with other people and you're the best person, you're not getting better. You have to go out of your way and seek outside help to advance yourself. Could Shinigami be a successful pro? Yes, he could. He's a little bit on the older side. What am I saying? I'm old. I'm not trying to become a pro fighter, but he could. My suggestion would be to go find a big gym and just be humble and forget that you got like a black belt or anything like that, and just go into it with a t-shirt and sweatpants on, say I want to go pro eventually, and then just work, put the work in. That's what I think. You know. But then again, everybody's opinion's wrong, or everybody's opinion's different on like why they want to do certain things. So he might just want it for the title of like I was a pro one time, which is cool. And also, if you are considering going pro, I have to say this too, like if you're trying to go pro, you need to be fighting the best people. Illuminate the State is the least favorite fighter. Illuminate the State, let me get back to him. As somebody that's trying to go pro, you should be fighting people with the baddest people in the division. I know he's fought Duva, you know, Cody, Nerd Rage. He's taken some L's. Some were reversed, some were, you know, whatever, DQs, I don't know, but he needs to be fighting people with like really good records and that are basically the top tier people in that division. It doesn't benefit him in any way to be fighting people that the director, what's up? It doesn't benefit him in any way to be fighting people with like negative records and stuff. Not in the least bit. It's just it's a confidence boost for him if you know he wins. But anyway, I'm done talking about that. I gave my opinion on it. Illuminate the State. Let's talk about him. So Illuminate's been fighting out here for a while now. He pretty much fights on the West Coast now because it makes sense. He's closer. Good dude. He's won a fight, you know, within the last year. He's trying. He faces his fears. He gets in there. Which is more honestly than most people will do. You have to respect that. If somebody's willing to put the gloves on, knowing that there's a likelihood I might not win this fight, you know, basically saying, you know, knowing you're going to take a beating, that says something. That's something that person doesn't have a lot of fear. And I've personally seen Illuminate the State when that switch gets flipped, and he can turn into a completely different person, you know, in a fight. That's the one he won. So it's okay to not like him, but I would just say give him a chance. You know, he's on a different journey than everybody else is. Everyone's on their own martial arts, their own fight journey, their own reasons for doing things. Some people got like pent up anger. Yeah. So I mean, you just don't know. But shout out, you know, Illuminate the State, because he was actually one of the very first people that was coming on here and in our lives and everything. And then eventually he came out to the scrapyard and fought. So he was a fan before he was a fighter. And I mean, he went to Vegas with me. He's spent so much money on traveling to the scrapyard and the OG branch and Chief Wildfire. The scrapyard medal for W's is gonna get so many people signing up. I hope so. It's kind of the point. You know, in our winter months when we don't have like a whole lot of people signing up, or there's many, if I can kind of say like, hey, you can win this exclusive scrapyard medal that says Guns Down, Gloves Up with our logo on it, you know, and it might just be an exclusive, like, one and done kind of deal. It might only be this event that I might do this. Because I'll be honest, guys, out of my pocket, I took quite a bit of money to make these medals happen. God, my wife's gonna kill me. I spent like $250 on medals, and my sponsor took care of 100, so they were like $350 for these medals, just so the fighters can have a keepsake, and I got 30 of them. So the fighters are gonna come out, they win their fight, as long as it's boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, karate combat, or combat jiu-jitsu, you can win one of these medals. Draws aren't gonna count as a win for the medal. You still get a win on your record, but you do not earn a medal for a draw, for a DQ. Grappling matches, regular grappling matches, are not going to count for a medal. What else? You can't win multiple medals in one day, but if you're trying to get on that wall of fame, you know, you might want to get an extra fight in that day. More camera time, get an extra fight in. But there won't ever be this medal that I'm doing at this event. If I do more medals in the future, there won't ever be this medal. It'll be something, it'll be different. I'll design it different, but this is kind of a commemorative, like, I fought and I won on this date, and this is my proof. And kind of how I want to do it, if I can keep this going and I can find a way to, like, bring in, like, some funds or something to keep this whole thing. Combat Jiu-Jitsu is just one round, 1 5-minute round. If I can do this and have funds coming in to keep this whole thing rolling, I could do this more often. And maybe after somebody wins so many of these medals from different months, they'll be able to get something like a trophy with their name and everything on it. Like, I'll go out of my pocket and buy a trophy for you. It just says, hey, this person's won 8 or 10 or whatever scrapyard fights or medals. I'll say medals. Can I be considered an OG? Well, lights out. I know people don't like this, but the term OG with the scrapyard, I consider anybody that fought in the old ring. But I wouldn't let that get to you. Technically, like Viking Warrior never fought in the old ring. But I mean, I have to make a cutoff line somewhere. But you got your name on the wall where nobody else has it. That's how many fights you fought. Fights you fought. Fights you've won. Fights you've won. Fights you fought. I don't know. How about tournament of sorts? That's one thing that we could also do as a tournament that has a trophy involved with it. I like this brainstorming session here. What are your guys' favorite and least favorite fights in the scrapyard? Okay. So, my drink's gone, guys. Vote for me, Fighter of the Year. So listen. So lights out. I'm gonna explain this really quick. I'm gonna go probably after this, but let me explain what I'm gonna do for the fighters that are. What up, fam? Rusty Gun Paranormal. Rusty. This is what I'm gonna do for Fighter of the Year. So everybody that qualifies that's in the top 5. So I kind of have an idea who I think like who are going to be nominated and going to be my top qualifiers. I already have an idea of who that's going to be, but what I'll do is when we narrow it down to 5 people, I'm going to take every single accomplishment that you guys have done as a fighter, as in the scrapyard, and I'm going to make a video. I'm going to talk about your different achievements, maybe put some clips together, and just give people like a video to watch and say, these are the people to watch, or these are the people to vote on. And, yeah, you've got a lot of accomplishments, lights out. You do. 2 belts, most fights in the scrapyard, fought like every different type of fighting style in the scrapyard. You challenge yourself. There's so much I could say. I said it all earlier, but, you know, I'll say stuff about the other contestants too that come up. I'm going to try to, like, as far as me promoting you guys and trying to get people to vote for you, I'm going to do my best to be fair and give you guys all spotlight to have people like make a good decision. But you know, there can only be one Fighter of the Year. I wish you guys all the best, and I'll do my best to make it fair, and I'm not even gonna vote for it. Well, thick but quick. The problem with that is you have to have at least 3 fights in the scrapyard to fight for Fighter of the Year, and I think November is gonna be like our last one that we have any like qualifying matchups, you know, for Fighter of the Year. Because let's be honest, like December we're having an event that's gonna be. It's going to be December 16th. So I'm not going to have like a lot of time to, you know, Christmas time and everything to do the whole Fighter of the Year thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to more so run the Fighter of the Year thing after November. Get that all going and come to a decision at the beginning of December. That way I can present the winner and do all that stuff in December. But guys, thank you. Thank you. You see, right here, this thing, we got that at 100,000. We're gonna get one at 1 million. Last year, December 2022, I made a goal of where we were going to be at the end of the year with our subscriber count. And I said, I would absolutely love to hit 350,000. That would be amazing. So we were at 193,000 then. Here we are. What is today? November 22nd. So we're going to probably wind up with 530,000 by the end of the year. It's crazy, right? Almost 200,000 more than I thought we were going to get. And if things keep growing like that, then I could definitely see us hitting 1 million subscribers next year. I don't even know what the percentage of YouTubers channels on YouTube that have 1 million subscribers. I can't even tell you that. But like I said, I never expected anything like this in the beginning. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for all you guys. You know, if we didn't have people watching our stuff, we wouldn't be where we are now. So, you know, thank you guys. Thank everybody. Thank the fighters. Thanks to the staff. Thanks to Scarface. Thanks to, you know, everybody that watches. It's thanks to Mandy Bear. I always forget to say that. Thanks to everybody. And as we go, I'm going to try to just stay as transparent as possible. I'm going to try to keep an open ear. I'm going to try to listen to what you guys have to say. If there's something you don't like that I'm doing, you know, if there's something you'd like to see, I'm always trying to improve. So, I think 2024 is going to be a big year. So, that's all I got for you guys. I'll check you on the next one, next Kicking It With Chicken. I might do that one Friday. I might do that with 9 Ether Being. We're going to get the yard all set up and get the cage all ready for the fights. But live fights Saturday. Tune in. Let's go to our channel. You'll see a live icon. Click on it and you can watch the fights. And then, of course, after that, you'll see fights every single day until the next event. Because I'm busy up here. And 1 week from now, I'm going to be heading to Virginia. So I'm going to try to promise you guys some content from there also. So that's all I got for you guys. I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. That's all I got. Love y'all, and Fire Chicken out.